Hey everyone, welcome back to NerdDumb. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be going over a little bit of a comics poll we had in the last week. There wasn't a lot of titles this week that I wanted to get into, but there was a couple that I wanted to share with you. And there was a couple of comics that I picked up based off of your suggestions. So without further ado, let's get into it. By the way, all of these are ones that I have not read yet. I just picked them up. We'll be reading them over the weekend and letting you know in the next comics poll. Okay, the first title I wanted to get into was the new Scarlet Witch run. So I picked up issue 1 and issue 2 of these, and this was based off of a suggestion from someone on Twitter or X. And I really like her character design so far, from what I'm seeing. And I have not cracked these open yet, so I'll let you know when I crack into them. Next up is Secret Wars Battle World issue 1. I don't know what this is about. I may be looking into why this is happening and where we are on this one. I do not believe it is old Battle World. It may be. Maybe they just redid an old story, or maybe this is the old story. This is a number 1 in a 4-issue limited series. It's got DeFalco, Olifi, and Calise. And I have not yet bagged and boarded it. But this is Secret Wars Battle World issue 1. So looking to get into this one as well. Aha. Next up, I can already tell the difference in stock between the Marvel comics and the DC comics, because we got Batman 89 Echoes issue number 1, and the quality of the stock on this one is already better than what Marvel is producing with any Marvel stuff that I've had. So bravo DC, you're doing really well. Not as good as the Spawn series, I'd say, for $3, by the way. You can get Spawn Gunslinger for $3, and the stock on that one is superb. But this is issue 1 of 6. We got Ham, Quinos, and Ito on this one, and it is Batman 89 Echoes. Really interested in getting into this. Okay, the next title is from Image, and this is called Edenwood. We did pick up issues 1 and 2 of Edenwood. I've been hearing good things from my buddy on this one. He picks it up as well. I have no idea what it's about. Hopefully this will be a series that I will be continuing on with, because I really do like the look and feel. It's like a horror mixed with Renaissance looking stuff, maybe. So again, that's Edenwood issue 1 and 2. And the last title for this week, I wanted to pick this one up, I think the other week, but I didn't grab it. But this one's also from Image, and this is called Black Science. This is Black Science issue 1, I believe. There are a bunch of books on the back, so I'm not sure if this is just like a reprint. If you know, please let me know. But I did hear from someone online too that this was a good book to pick up. So that's by Rick Remender. So that's really good. Matteo Scalera and Dean White on this one. So that's Black Science, and I do believe it is an issue 1. Again, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on that one. Now, over the long Thanksgiving weekend, I did get a chance to read a couple of the books, actually all the books that were in the last comics poll, and I wanted to let you know some of the thoughts on that one. So I did read, I'll start with the Blade series. It's an interesting note, taking someone who looks like the damsel in distress and then making them the evil person, making them the evil one. So that one is kind of okay with me. I'm not sure if I'm going to be picking up the rest. I believe it's on issue 6 or 7 now, and I don't know if I want to take that investment into that story. So yeah, I'm not really feeling that one. If you were liking the Blade title, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if any of these titles are really ringing any bells, or you're digging any of them. I would love to hear it. The current Batman storyline, there is kind of like a starting point right now that I'm in with 139. There is 140 coming out as of recording next week, so I'm interested in seeing what's going on there. But I do need to do a little bit of research on the 3 Jokers, the multiple Batmen, and what the hell is going on. I heard the writer on the current Batman line is good, and from what I read in that story, I was fully in it. You know, it's a Joker story. Anything with the Joker I'm going to be interested in. With this, I just may have to do a little bit of research to hop on at issue 139 for issue 140 coming up, because there was a lot of stuff in the last 10 years in the Batman title that I have not gotten into. So again, that's Batman 139 that I just read. Somna, the dark, erotic story. Definitely mature, definitely for the adults. But it is a 1600s witch tale, and I think it's very cool. And it does talk about, sexuality. It does talk about adult themes such as that. It talks about relationships, marriage, and especially in that time, things were a hell of a lot different. But, things that are kind of frowned upon even still to this day, of someone figuring out who they are with their body, with who they are in their minds and their soul and their feelings. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. I don't know, there does seem to be some type of supernatural being with the main character as she's going through this, almost like a sexual awakening. And he is very much so dark and demonic, but he's trying to get at that. Actually, he does get at that. Spoilers. But the art is fantastic. The story, very interesting. There's almost two different art types in the book. One is when she is awake and in the real world. And there's another one that goes into this dream-like water painting type of art. It's kind of like masking it as if it's a dream, but is it really a dream or is it actually supernatural? But I am really digging this title and I can't wait for book 2. Oh, Prism. Let's talk about Prism a little bit. Prism is like a weird sci-fi world where something alien or something ancient is kind of taking over the world and polluting it kind of. But what it reacts to is music, and live music if that. So it's kind of like a mixture between science and creepy government agency and rock music. You're introduced to this rock band who is playing a live concert, and the main dude of the band does a halo jump from space down to the planet Earth with a guitar. So at the end, there is someone like a government agent or somebody put in charge of managing the band. So it's a really cool new take on sci-fi, and I'm curious about the next issue. I probably will pick up the next issue. If not, I should be picking up the A cover because I actually picked up the C cover on Prism issue 1. I'm gonna maybe continue that one. So what we're really doing here is trying to funnel down the amount of titles that I want to follow moving forward. So that's why I did pick up a lot of first issues, so I can jump on the train on the story of where we're at and that kind of thing. I'm trying to remember any other of the titles from the first comics poll. Maybe I should write this shit down. Okay, so I did read A Haunted Girl issue 1. And that one I'm going to continue. It's a 6-part, I believe, series. It's written by a dude and his daughter, and it talks about his daughter, kind of like what she went through. She went through a very dark time in herself, ending oneself's thoughts, very depressed time as a teenager. So her writing it just means so much more. And afterwards, where the author talks about the real life story and what happened, really does make you care about what is going on. But the art is really good in it. Again, I don't think I have a book that I read that was bad art. There may have been some stale pieces, but that's about it. But The Haunted Girl is definitely cool, and another 6-part series. So I like the short series, is how I can just hop on and then get an entire story. So that is A Haunted Girl. I'm gonna continue with this one for sure. All right, let's talk about Dracula. Dracula is very cool. The art reminds me of Arkham Asylum. It's very stylized, very painty, water painty, very fluid art style, and it is retelling the same story of Dracula that we all know and love. So it's got Renfield in the thing. If you've seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, you know exactly what story we're telling here. But to see it renderized like this, it's a cool change of pace and probably something that's gonna be great as a collection. So another one that is probably going to be a short series coming out from here on out for the rest of the year. I would definitely suggest picking up the title. The stock on it, again, is very good quality. The art content is very good. Just an easy recommendation to pick up in my regard. Okay, so Spawn Gunslinger, I read issues 25 and 26. 25 had more action than 26 did, but 26 was definitely a character builder, letting you know who the gunslinger is, why is he in this time, kind of a great place to start in my opinion. I'm kind of happy I'm jumping on at this point. The price, you can't beat $2.99. The stock of the paper is great. The art is fantastic. It may be the best looking book other than Batman City of Madness. I love Christian Ward in that one. But the art in this one is just fantastic. So I cannot recommend enough. Gunslinger, Spawn Gunslinger. I'm on issues 25 and 26 right now, and I will be continuing that series. Okay, Geiger Ground Zero, issue 1. So this one was another good starting point. Geiger has been coming out, I believe, for 2 years, or at least there's a couple of characters in this line that Jeff Johns and others have created. But I do think that Geiger is a cool character. I think the premise is really cool. I think this nuclear wasteland is a great setting for a story about nuclear detente, nuclear weapons, politics, all that kind of stuff. I think it's a great starting ground. And at the end of the book, they do talk about them launching an entire universe. So if there's anything I like, it's definitely new indie universes, new indie companies. So that's Geiger Ground Zero. I'm gonna be probably, okay. I'm gonna be following along with this one and possibly any others that come down the road as well. There's gonna be, I believe, 4 titles that kind of make their defenders of this universe. So that's basically catching you up on the titles that I read over the weekend, on the titles that I picked up, and hopefully in the next comics poll, I'll have that up a little bit sooner. I just had to take some time off, I guess. I don't know. You do need to get a little bit more disciplined on making these. That was my comics poll. Issue number 2. Let me know your thoughts on any comics runs that are going right now. If you have any opinions, if you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. If you like what you watch, feel free to subscribe. Also, give the video a thumbs up. It really does help us out. If you didn't like it, I appreciate you watching so long, and hopefully catch you in the next one.